Hey everyone, Ryan Beckham here. Wanted to talk today about leadership and transparency. Specifically, somebody had reached out to me and actually asked if I would highlight the topic of transparency. I pride myself very big on this. It's what I feel separates the good leaders from the great leaders. Um, and the backbone of this is going to be the open communication. You need to have a relationship with the team underneath you, the team you're working side and side with, peers that you're working in the workplace with. You've got to have some open dialogue. You need to know them on a personal level. It doesn't need to be too deep, but when it comes to a Friday, for an example, you should ask them, how's your weekend plans look like. First thing come Monday, ask them how the weekend actually went. Did the plans, come through? Remember what you talked about on Friday, being able to pick up that conversation. And that works on so many different levels of leadership. Having that personal connection gives you the ability to be very transparent. And what I think a lot of leaders struggle on this is those difficult conversations. I think you guys all know what I'm talking about. They come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. They can be for a large audience, or they could be one-on-one conversation. It's going to be a very hard conversation if you don't have much rapport with that teammate, that colleague of yours, maybe even that manager of yours, and you need to give some up feedback. Um, you need to have some sort of level of connection there, or it's going to be very uncomfortable, from my experience. So when you have some of these positive things to rely on, you have a great relationship, or a nice foundation that person knows you're coming from a good place. You have level set the ground. You know exactly what you want to talk about. You're very tactful with it. Don't get, into the a personal or the feelings, when you're delivering a difficult conversation. Really stick to the facts. It's going to go full circle. That's the full transparency. If you're making a big change management goes along with this. Get out ahead of this. If you can deliver information to a large audience that's going to change something, let's say changing a shift. Um, I'm heavy into supply chain, obviously, so my supply chain colleagues about to go through some peak season. Hopefully, those conversations have already happened in your town halls that you've discussed possible schedule changes, extra hours coming up, what you're going to rely on. Something that I did years back, probably in the middle of summer, really. You get in front of a large audience, all of your teammates, and you show them very plain and simple a calendar. Here's what we're working on peak season. These are Christmas presents that need to go out. We need to deliver these. This is a key component of what we do day in and day out, and this is why we are relied on. Everybody's hearing the same message. It's consistent across the board. You didn't misstep. You didn't say one thing to one person, and then you had to walk that back, and then you got to go chase down that other conversation. Getting in front of a large group and change management is a very powerful thing. It's going to be very difficult, but you need experience doing that, and it sets you apart. I feel from again the good leaders from the great leaders. So again, transparency is key. If you guys have other helpful hints or tricks you use, please share. Or if there's anything else, other topics you guys want me to bring up in the future, please share those as well. Again, take care. Thank you all.